The Wood Shop is sponsored by ChefwareKits with hundreds of items for wood turners. Alright, welcome back. I'm going to make a Christmas ornament today. I know, before you say anything, I know it's huge, but I started shaping this piece of maple and it's just beautiful. It had some great colors in it, so I didn't want to take it down too much. Alright, I gotta be honest with you. I was just trying to impress the judges. Go big or go home, right? Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, I picked out a piece of maple and I just cut it up on the bandsaw, knocked the corners off. I'm going to go ahead and true this up and then I'll glue it to a waste block. Alright, the reason I'm giving away my old Novichok as one of the prizes for the challenge is I got the new Novichok, the Infinity system, and I really like the way the jaws on this, they're a quick release, so no more of those little screws. It just push a button on the side and actually and they just slide right out. So you change your set of jaws in less than 30 seconds. It's slick. I'll do a review within a week or so on the chuck and show you how it works. Alright, I just put a couple reference rings on there so I can kind of line it up on the waste block. Just make sure your glue is nice and hot when you put it on. Alright, and I put quite a bit on. And then I always run a ring around it, or a bead around the edge of it too. Alright, now that the glue's set up, I'm just going to go ahead and give it the shape. And the RPM's at 1,000. I'll probably turn it up here in a sec. And I'm just using a spindle gouge. There have been a lot of great entries for the Ornament Challenge already, and a lot of people doing their first video. But I have to say, Justin sent me his entry the other day, and I will put the link to his video down below. He doesn't have a lathe, so he went ahead and made one on a sawhorse. He just used a hand drill, tailstock, tool rest. He built it all. It's just awesome. And his ornament, if you look at it, you would never know it was made on this homemade lathe. And it just made me smile. It reminded me when I first started turning. I had an old dryer motor and I screwed a face plate to it, and that's how the first thing I turned was on a motor bolted to my bench. So awesome job, Justin, just great. And it was his first video too, so go check that out. It's a lot of fun to watch. Alright, I turned the lathe speed down and I'm going to drill all the way through into just about the waste block. And I marked it, it's right about that hole there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hollow it out. The wood is super dry, so it's already pretty light, and I really don't need to take it down too thin, but I want to clean out most of it. Turn the lathe speed up about 1500. Alright, I'm just cleaning out the inside of the ornament. There's not really a whole lot you can see, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump to the end, and I'll show you how the little spring pops up on the side. Alright, I just moved the spring over to judge the wall thickness, and I'm going to leave it kind of thick. It's, like I said, it's super dry wood, so it's already really light. I'm just going to go ahead and sand it. And like I said before, I use the wax and oil, and it's because it traps all the dust. It eliminates, you know, all the sanding dust. And I really like a satin finish. So it's if you're looking for a high gloss, you probably want to dry sand it and then put a polyurethane or something over the top of it. But I like that satin finish. All right, now because it's so thin, the wall thickness, it's probably going to loosen up as I sand, and I'm going to have to keep wrapping some tape around it or something to keep it on there. But it is pretty tight, and plus there's oil and wax in there. But I'll go ahead and sand it, and then I'll work through it. I was going to use walnut for the finials, but I think the piece is so dark you wouldn't be able to see much of a contrast, so I found some quilted maple, and I'm just going to go ahead and use that. All right, I'm going to do the bottom finial now. I just brought the tailstock up to give it some support until I get it down pretty thin. All right, I got it sanded. I'm just going to put a little bit of friction polish on it. And that's crystal coat. All right, I got it all glued together. All right, there we go. I'll put some pictures up at the end. It's just a beautiful piece of maple. Got some great color in it. All right, again, I want to thank the sponsors, ChefwareKits, Crabtree Tools, and Carter & Son Tools. So thank you very much for sponsoring the contest. And don't forget to get your entry in. I think we already have 13 or 14 entries already in the playlist. And I will put a link down below in the description to that playlist on Alan's channel. All right, as always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.